Hey guys, welcome. It's good to see you. Sorry I'm late. I was trying to get it set up on my computer and it wasn't working so well, so I just switched to my phone. But I'm really glad you're here. And if you're listening and you can hear me, hit the like button so that I can see that you're able to hear me. And all right, Josh said he can be here for like 10 minutes. I'll keep it quick then, man. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to go over a little bit more than that. But thanks for joining. And, this is the weekly live meditation that we're going to do from now on. And it's called Sits With. And the real purpose of this is to bring a group and a community together to join in meditation and raising awareness and conscious vibration within our lives and within our communities. So, that being said, tonight's meditation is really on a statement I've been working with all week. And that statement is that my resonance creates my reality. And so, what I mean by that is this journey I've been on has brought me to some concepts that I probably would have laughed at before, but now that I've been doing this for long enough, I really take them to heart, and they're very much a part of my practice and who I am. And if you've known me long enough, you've probably heard me talk about these things a little bit, and it gets a little weird at times, but in my experience, it works. And so, one of those concepts is really this concept of resonance. Um, and I studied a lot of psychology. I studied a lot of Eastern religion and philosophy. And they're, in the psychology and the sort of Western thought, because it's so scientific and because it's so focused on sort of real, observable, gross, objective measures, they tend to not take into account as much of these sort of what I would call ethereal and more spiritual matters that Eastern religion deals with. And one of those being this concept of sort of a vibratory energy or a karma or a spanda, as it's called in yoga, pulsation that flows through all things. And even the prana, the life force in yoga that flows through all things, is sort of this mystical, magical, unseen energy. And what I found between those two, between the Eastern and the Western religion, was really this sort of merging of that. If we really start to think about our emotion and we really start to think about that underlying energetic structure that exists within, that sort of presence and that sort of principle of this energetic inner sense kind of starts to bring those two together. And that's really the beginnings of what I mean when I begin to talk about resonance. It's that underlying felt presence and that underlying inner energy that carries us through our lives. And we tend to mentalize it sometimes, and through our meditation practice tonight, we'll try to realize it more and be in our bodies more. So the other part of that is kind of creates my reality, and what I would really ascribe that to is kind of two ways that it creates our reality. One is in a sort of retrospective way, and then one is in a more of a sort of proactive way, that's more external. So within our inner state and within our inner self, when we are creating that conscious vibration and we're creating that conscious resonance, when we're mindful of that and we're in our being and we're wholly there, the way that we meet the world is such that we don't react, but we respond, and we allow whatever's happening in front of us to not let our ego and our identity get entangled in that and begin to sort of unravel and go into all these sort of stories and make a whole mess of things as we get more and more away from that truth. But we stay centered, we stay in ourselves, we allow other people to have their experiences. And by doing so, we don't sort of compound the anxiety and the frustration and the feelings of fear that others are having. So that leads to this reality where sort of what comes at us doesn't impact us as much. We create a buffer because we know what our own truth is, we know what our own resonance is, and we know who we are. And when we're aligned with that and we're just in that, we meet the world from that space and don't become so caught up in any kind of drama that other people are having. So that's more of kind of the sort of retrospective or the reactive sort of coming in. The proactive is more of this consciously carrying this resonance within us at all times. And with that conscious carrying of our resonance, with that vibration and that energetic alignment that we're creating, what we start to see is that the things around us start to begin to align with that too. So I've noticed in my life when I'm at a high vibration, meaning I'm meditating daily, I'm listening to my intuition and inner self, and I'm, you know, doing the good habits that keep me in that highest frequency and that highest vibration, getting enough sleep, those types of things, then what starts to come into my life is in alignment and in resonance with that. And what I start to attract towards me is in alignment and in resonance with that. And there'll still be times where, there's some growing to do, or there's some evolvement that's ready for me now that I'm in this good space and I'm in this good alignment. And that's when the universe will be like, okay, you're ready. You trained up, you're in a good space. Here's this thing to handle that you weren't ready for yet, but I'm going to put it out there now. And it'll seem like an upset, but in reality, it's really just an opportunity for me to grow and evolve and integrate that thing because I am in such a good vibration, because I am in such a good resonance at that point. But for the most part, when I'm in that resonance, when I'm in that good vibration, what comes to me is things that support that, and things that uh, are aligned with a frequency, a felt inner sense that support that felt inner sense and support that good sort of karma within me as I'm being conscious and mindful and incorporating all of these practices. So that resonance starts to manifest in those two ways. It's really that reactivity where if there is drama, there is, discomfort in my life, I'm able to meet it from my truth and my resonance, and I'm able to shift it and transform it and not go into story and drama and past patterns. And then B, when I'm in that resonance, I'm putting it out there. What begins to happen is that I begin to see that in the world around me. I'm attracted to that unconsciously, and I end up making decisions and life choices that go in that direction. So those are really the two ways. And there's a great saying that, a virus cannot live in a healthy body, right? And I think that's very true, is that when you start to cultivate this resonance and when you start to cultivate this vibration, you'll notice that there are parts of your life that start to fall away because they may not be the most aligned with your truth. They may not be the most highest frequency choices and situations and activities for you. And so they'll start to fall away. You might lose interest in them, or people might move out of your lives at that time because you're creating and you're cultivating this vibration and in this resonance that's aligned with that higher frequency that can no longer support those lower registers within your life. Um, so hopefully this is a part of that. Hopefully you being here tonight is a part of that cultivation and that vibration, and resonating at this higher level such that you begin to evolve and live your boldest truth and be of service and have the fulfillment that we're all seeking in our lives. Um, So that's basically where the statement comes from. My resonance creates my reality, and we'll use that tonight within our meditation to really start to imprint it, to see what maybe is standing in the way of it from it becoming fully embodied and in tune with our truth and who we are. Any beliefs, any stories we have that are in the way of that will hopefully get uncovered as we go into the practice tonight. And we'll use the experiencing magic technique of now breathing combined with statement to sort of further that practice, or to kind of put, gasoline on this fire of transformation. And what that is now breathing is just a simple 4 count inhale and a 4 count exhale, right back into a 4 count inhale, right back into a 4 count exhale. So it's an active form of breath. There's no pause between the inhale and the exhale. The breathing is always engaged, and it's beyond sort of your normal resting breath, right? The inhale and exhale is extended a little bit to go beyond that normal type of breath. So that's now breathing. And then we're going to combine that with the statement. So on the inhale, we'll silently repeat my. On the exhale, silently repeat resonance. On the inhale, silently repeating creates. On the exhale, silently repeating my. On the inhale, silently repeating reality. And then we'll go right into the exhale with the my again. Resonance creates my reality. So that'll be the conscious flow as you're listening to me, is you'll be inhaling, exhaling with that now breathing and silently repeating my resonance creates my reality. So that's what we're going to do. And we'll do it for about 10 maybe 15 minutes. We're at about 8:15 now. I planned on going to about 8:30. And if you have any questions, when we're done, you can just throw them up in that chat box and I will be happy to answer them at that point. So find your comfortable seat, sit upright, nice and tall, nice and straight, and just take a moment to settle into your body, into your seat. Feel your back and your hips and legs and the chair beneath you, and just surrender. For the next 15 minutes, you're just going to be right here. And with your next inhale, draw that breath in for a count of 4. And release, exhale that breath out for a count of 4. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhale, exhale. Keep that rhythm. Keep that pace going within your own body. And start to find that pulsation of the breath, that rhythmic moving of the breath, drawing you deeper into that inner space, into that inner sense. Really feeling what you've been through today. what you've been into today, and what type of residue it's left upon you. Notice that residue. Notice that feeling of the breath as it moves through the body, as it activates within your being. And as you move that breath in and out, just imagine it dissolving that residue. Begin to get that feeling of it dissolving that residue and clearing any stagnant emotion that's accumulated. Begin to combine that breath with our statement, with the state we are meant to be in. Inhaling my, exhaling resonance. Inhaling creates. Exhaling my. Inhaling reality. Exhale my. Inhale resonance. Exhale creates. Inhale my. Exhale reality. My resonance creates. My reality. My resonance creates. My reality. Continue silently repeating that statement as you harness your breath, noticing the building of frequency, of vibration, of energy as we align this breath and this statement, as we align our awareness with this truth. See if you can begin to get a sense as you repeat that statement, as you activate this now breathing of a resonance building inside of you, of a resonance collecting within you, of a resonance condensing within the body. As you feel that accumulating, as you feel that gathering, as you feel that density of your resonance beginning to build, notice what it moves out. Notice as it collects what leaves. As we build that resonance within us, continuing to silently repeat that statement, continuing to stay in that now breathing. we move out something else. That emotional residue, that stagnant energy is displaced by this high quality vibration, by this felt essence and this felt inner sense that begins to build within us when we align. Keep that pace, keep that rhythm, focus on that statement, silently repeating and resonating. And begin to take this resonance, begin to take this accumulation of energy and begin to send it out all around you. So vibrating, resonating, creating this felt energy and inner sense, and then sending that out into this world, radiating it to draw in, to attract, to connect with those that find your frequency, with those that vibrate at your level, putting that out there to connect with those others, to attract the circumstance, the conditions that will support this high vibration and this high frequency and this high resonance. And we feel it in each other. We feel it within each other as we sit and breathe here now. We have found each other in this light, in this energy, in this wisdom, cultivating that frequency and that inner resonance, sending it out all around you. Stay with that breath. Stay with that statement. My resonance creates my reality. Just take a few more breaths like that. Experiencing that filling and emptying, that frequency and vibration, imprinting this resonance upon you and sending it out all around. And keep that space. Gently open the eyes, coming back to the room and just checking in. Take a look around, appreciate what's around you. Feel this fullness, feel this energy. Register that within. And then take that with you upon your way. If you have any questions, if you have any um, things you're wondering about within your experience, you can send those in the chat right now. There's a 2 second or 5 second delay or so, so I'll wait a few seconds to see if anything pops up. Okay, it seems like you have it. If you have anything else come up later, feel free to reach out to me in the app. And you can just go into the chat on the app and leave me a message. If you enjoyed the meditation tonight, please go on the app and drop a chat and just let people know that you enjoyed it. You can find me on Instagram at datmagicbro, DAT_magic_bro. And there's a link to the app in there. And it's also all over my Facebook page. So if you want to drop in there, or www.experiencingmagic.com, you can keep up with all my stuff there as well. So thank you all for joining tonight, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.